Nothing. As he drew nearer, he realized the man was very short. Too short. What's happening? Vittoria called from above, shifting the light. Langdon did not answer. He was now close enough to see it all. With a tremor of repulsion, he understood. The chamber seemed to contract around him. Emerging like a demon from the earthen floor was an old man. Or at least half of him. He was buried up to his waist in the earth. Standing upright with half of him below ground. Stripped naked. His hands tied behind his back with a red cardinal's sash. He was propped limply upward, spine arched backward like some sort of hideous punching bag. The man's head lay backward, eyes toward the heavens as if pleading for help from God himself. Is he dead? Vittoria called. Langdon moved toward the body. I hope so, for his sake. As he drew to within a few feet, he looked down at the upturned eyes. They bulged outward, blue and bloodshot. Langdon leaned down to listen for breath but immediately recoiled. For Christ's sake! What? Langdon almost gagged. He's dead all right. I just saw the cause of death. The sight was gruesome. The man's mouth had been jammed open and packed solid with dirt. Somebody stuffed a fistful of dirt down his throat. He suffocated. Dirt? Vittoria said. As in? Earth? Langdon did a double take. Earth. He had almost forgotten. The brands. Earth, air, fire, water. The killer had threatened to brand each victim with one of the ancient elements of science. The first element was earth. From Santi's earthly tomb. Dizzy from the fumes, Langdon circled to the front of the body. As he did, the symbologist within him loudly reasserted the artistic challenge of creating the mythical ambigram. Earth? How? And yet, an instant later, it was before him. Centuries of Illuminati legend whirled in his mind. The marking on the cardinal's chest was charred and oozing. The flesh was seared black. La lingua pura. Langdon stared at the brand as the room began to spin. Earth, he whispered, tilting his head to see the symbol upside down. Earth. Then, in a wave of horror, he had one final cognition. There are 3 more. 68. Despite the soft glow of candlelight in the Sistine Chapel, Cardinal Mortati was on edge. Conclave had officially begun. And it had begun in a most inauspicious fashion. Half an hour ago, at the appointed hour, Camerlegno Carlo Ventresca had entered the chapel. He walked to the front altar and gave opening prayer. Then, he unfolded his hands and spoke to them in a tone as direct as anything Mortati had ever heard from the altar of the Sistine. You are well aware, the Camerlegno said, that our 4 preferiti are not present in conclave at this moment. I ask, in the name of His late Holiness, that you proceed as you must. With faith and purpose. May you have only God before your eyes. Then he turned to go. But, one cardinal blurted out, where are they? The Camerlegno paused. That I cannot honestly say,